Hello everyone, I am Saroja with one more video. So today in this video I am going to explain about the most important topic which is important for 6 marks, that is causes of world wars. So as you know very well, two world wars have occurred so far. So World War I, which was occurred between 1914 to 1918, and World War II, and this was done between 1939 to 1945. So these are the two world wars occurred so far. And in this, why these were called as the world wars? Because in these wars, most of the countries of the world, they were divided into two groups and they fought with each other. So let me explain you what are the two groups that were fought the world wars. So World War I, let us take the example of World War I. So in World War I, we are having two groups. That means first one is Triple Alliance. And second one is Triple Entente. So Triple Alliance and Triple Entente. So this Triple Alliance was headed by Germany. And Triple Entente, this was headed by England. One easy way to remember Triple Entente was headed by England means, so in Triple Entente we are having E, and here this is headed by England. So in this way you can remember that Triple Entente was led by England. And next important one is on the side of Germany we have Austria-Hungary. Austria-Hungary, so this was the kingdom. Austria-Hungary, this was the kingdom. And third one was Turkey. So here, what is the similarity between these three means? These were the monarchical groups, monarchical countries at that time. Okay, that means which were under the king's rule. And second, here, these are other important countries. This side was France. And next one is here, we are having Russia. And next important one was USA. So here, and next important one was Japan. And after that here, Italy. So these are the countries which have taken part on behalf of Triple Entente in World War I. And here, let me tell you, in 1917, Russia has quit out the war. Russia quit the war in 1917 and USA entered into the war in 1917. But Russia quit the war in 1917 because of Russian Revolution. And after that here, Italy in 1915, it entered into this group. Till 1915, Italy stood on the side of Triple Alliance, and after that in 1915 only, this Italy has jumped into the side of Triple Entente. So these were the major powers which fought the World War I. Okay, and next, if you observe here, whatever groups we are having here, England, France, Russia, same we are having for the Second World War also. But whereas we can observe changes in this Japan as well as Italy. Japan and Italy, they have jumped towards Triple Alliance group in the during the time of Second World War. So this is the group for First World War. So let me write the second group. That means the group for World War II. How the countries were divided during the World War II time. So this was World War II, which was done between 1939 to 1945. Okay, so now here Triple Alliance, same Triple Alliance only, but it was also called as Axis powers. During the times of Second World War, it was also called as, it was named as Axis powers, as well as it was called as Central powers also. This was called as Central powers as well as Axis powers during the times of Second World War. And here this Triple Entente only, named as Allies powers. This is called as Allies powers. So here same as it is in the First World War, this Axis powers was headed by Germany, and this triple entente or allies powers. Triple entente is the name for World War One, and allies powers is the name for World War Two. So here this was headed by England, same as it is. And next, here these are also supported by, here we are having Turkey, and most of the countries are Italy, and next one was Japan, and after that we are having Spain. Because here if we rub Turkey from this group, this Germany as well as Italy and Spain, these three are under the leaders of dictators, under the leadership of dictators. That means these were ruled by the dictators. Here in Germany we are having Hitler, Adolf Hitler. Adolf Hitler was the ruler of Germany, and for Italy Mussolini. And for Spain it was General Franco. For Spain it was under the leadership of General Franco. So these are the three dictatorial countries which have taken part on the side of Axis powers or Central powers during the World War II. And Japan was a monarchical country during that time. And next, when it comes to Allies powers, here we are having England. England means again we are having the same group, that is France. And next one is Russia. Russia means at that time it was called as USSR, which has joined in 1942. And after that USA means United States of America, which was also joined in there of 1942 only. So that means here these are the major powers which fought the Second World War on behalf of Allies powers, and these are the major powers which fought the Second World War on behalf of Axis powers or Central powers. And let me tell you one thing, children, here in both World War I and World War II, in both the world wars, this triple entente or Allies powers, they got victory in both the world wars, and these were the defeated powers and these were the victorious powers in both the world wars. So these were the major groups, and as you know very well here, as these countries are having the colonial rule in most of the African as well as the Asian countries, those Asian countries also, they fought on behalf of these countries. So England, we know very well, England was called as the sun never sets in British Empire. That means here England is having so many colonies in Europe as well as Africa, in Asia. So all these colonies of the England was also taken part on behalf of England, as well as France, and next from Italy, Spain as well as Germany. So along with their colonial masters, those colonial countries also have taken part in the world wars. So that's why here there was a major destruction occurred, enormous human loss as well as financial losses also occurred. And most probably after the First World War, because of this continuous warfare which occurred in European countries, the major Great Depression or economic depression occurred, and almost all the countries of Europe and Asia and other countries have suffered nearly for the sake of 10 years, from 1929 to 1939. And let me tell you one more thing, children, here, even though these many countries have taken part in World War I and World War II, one and only country which has never participated in any of the world wars was Switzerland. So Switzerland was the country which did not take part in World War I as well as World War II. So this is important for objective. Okay, so now let me start the causes of world wars. So here causes of world wars means here we are having 4 common causes for both World War I as well as World War II. For both the world wars we are having 4 common causes. What are they? First one is here, the common causes for both the world wars were, first one is aggressive nationalism. The first one is aggressive. First common cause is aggressive nationalism. And second one is here we are having imperialism. Second one is imperialism. And third one is secret alliances. Third one is secret alliances. And the fourth one is militarism. Fourth one is militarism. So these are the common causes for World War I and World War II. These are the common causes for both World War I and World War II. These are the four common causes which we have to write for both the world wars. And next, here we are having immediate causes. Immediate causes are there both for World War I as well as World War II. For both we are having the immediate causes. And next one is here Balkan politics. This is the separate cause for World War I. Balkan politics. So this is for the sake of World War I. And next one is here Treaty of Versailles. Treaty of Versailles here, this is the separate cause for the sake of World War II. So this is separate cause for World War II. So these are the two separate one. Immediate causes are separate one, as well as here Balkan politics as well as the Treaty of Versailles were also separate ones. So here let me explain you each one of these. Aggressive nationalism, imperialism, secret alliances, militarism, these are the common causes, and immediate causes. Immediate causes are there separately for World War I immediate cause, and for World War II also we have separate immediate cause. And after that Balkan politics exclusively for the sake of World War I, and Treaty of Versailles exclusively for the sake of World War II. So let me explain each one of these. And first one we are having aggressive nationalism. So first of all here, aggressive nationalism means, what are the points you can write? Aggressive nationalism means, first one is here, it's a positive impulse. So nationalism is a positive impulse, but not aggressive nationalism. Remember that, children, while writing this point. Nationalism is a positive impulse. So what do you mean by nationalism? Nationalism is a positive impulse. So here nationalism means feeling of oneness towards the country and love towards their own country can be called as the nationalism. So here this nationalism has played an important role in unifying the countries like Italy as well as Germany and other nation states, were also formed because of this nationalism. Because as you know very well, like in India, how our country was divided into small kingdoms. In England also, those countries were divided into small kingdoms, and later they were formed as the nation states, and those nation states were formed as the countries finally by 1870. And we have seen the unifications of Italy as well as Germany also. So how they were occurred? Because of this nationalism feeling. That means oneness among themselves, oneness among the people based on their language, based on their sect and all. So that nationalism only driven the people to form a country like Italy as well as Germany. So this was good up to there. But what happened means, later from 1923 onwards, this nationalism has turned as aggressive nationalism. So you can write the point, from 1923 onwards. From 1923 onwards, this nationalism has turned into aggressive nationalism. How? Because in 1923 here Mussolini has taken rise in Italy, and his ideology is called as fascism. So his ideology is known as fascism, because of which the aggressive nationalism has taken birth. Aggressive nationalism means here the feeling that their country is the superior country and they are having all the powers to rule the other countries. So that means here they started occupying the other regions, feeling that their country is the superior country and they are having all the rights to rule over other countries. So that made Italy as well as Germany to occupy other countries, which led to the first as well as the second world wars. So now here aggressive nationalism means it may ask for the objectives also. So aggressive nationalism, examples of aggressive nationalism means immediately you have to get Germany as well as the Italy. In Germany we have Nazism, and in Italy, and later in 1933 with Enabling Act, 1933 with Enabling Act, Hitler came to power. Enabling Act, Hitler came to power, and here you have to remember Mussolini, Italy, fascism, and Hitler, Adolf Hitler, that is in Germany, and he raised the feeling of Nazism. So these are the two perfect examples of aggressive nationalism by which the Second World War was started. The feeling that they are having all the rights to occupy and rule the other countries, only Italians as well as Jews in Germany. So that was the first and foremost reason for the occurrence of World War II. So here children, you have to remember aggressive nationalism means immediately you have to get into your mind about two countries. That is, one is Germany, Hitler, Nazism. Second one is Italy, Mussolini, fascism. So this you should get in your mind. So here this is the first cause which led to the World War I as well as World War II especially. And second cause is here imperialism. So what is imperialism? Imperialism separately you may get for 2 marks also. So second cause was imperialism. Imperialism. Be careful with the spellings children. So imperialism means tendency to occupy other countries. Tendency to occupy other countries is called as imperialism. To occupy other countries. So what is the reason? What is the reason? Here, what is the reason means we can say industrialization, because here imperialism means tendency to occupy other countries. So what is the second point you can write? Here, industrialization. Industrialization means rapid development of the industries, or rapid establishment of the industries is called as industrialization. So this industrialization, which was started for the first time in England, led to the colonization. Did you understand children? So here you have tried the second point. Here, because of industrialization, there was the colonization was started by the European countries among the African continent as well as the Asian continent. Remember one thing children, here when the industrialization was started, in order to find the raw materials, so raw materials for their industries, for the sake of raw materials to their industries, these people they started colonization in Africa as well as in Asia also. In Africa for the sake of mineral resources as well as for the sake of the slaves also, slave trade also. There was a war occurred. There were heavy competition occurred between the European countries, which led to the wars among themselves. Example, take the example of India only. In India, first Portuguese people came, and after that French, Dutch, and even the people of Danes and here Denmark, even people of Denmark also came to India. And after that here finally the Britishers came to India. But what happened later? They fought among themselves and finally Britishers won the war and they have ruled our country. The same thing happened in Indonesia also. In Indonesia, but whereas Dutch people won the war between these European countries, and they made the Britishers to leave Indonesia. And here like this, these countries, and not only that, here there was a war occurred between Germany and France also for the sake of colonies of Africa. So in this way, here there was a colonization occurred, and because of the colonies they started fighting among themselves. So this led to the occurrence of First World War as well as the Second World Wars also. So here finally what you have tried for this tendency to occupy other countries, especially because of the industrialization, for the sake of raw materials, colonization was spread over, and because of that reason there was a war occurred between the countries, which led to the World War I and World War II. And the third reason was here, secret alliances. So third reason was secret alliances. So here secret alliances. So what are the secret alliances? Here in 1870, in 1870, here Germany unification was completed. So during that time, Bismarck, the Chancellor of Germany, who played an important role in unification of Germany. So what he has done means he had defeated France. And in order to isolate the France, he has made a treaty with Austria. Remember here, in 1870, the first point what you have tried means in 1870, Bismarck wanted to isolate France. He has defeated France. France was defeated in the hands of Bismarck in 1870. So now second point, in order to isolate France, isolate means he wants to separate France from the other countries. So that is the meaning of isolation. So in order to isolate France, he had done a treaty in 1878. In 1879 with Austria. In 1879 with Austria, he had made a treaty. And after that, in 1882, he had done a treaty with Austria, and after that Italy. With Austria and Italy, Bismarck. That means here this was, and Germany. Austria, Italy, Germany. And it was called as the Triple Alliance. This was called as Triple Alliance in 1882. So this is the second point. And what is the third point you have tried? So when France was isolated by this Austria and Italy and Germany, then France made an alliance. France made an alliance in 1891. France made an alliance with 1891 with Russia. And after that here, in 1903, it has made an alliance with England. In 1904, it made an alliance with England. And in 1907, there is England, and next France, and after that Russia. They formed as Triple Entente. So this was happened. They formed themselves into Triple Entente. So these were the secret alliances which were formed as part of the before World War I. So in 1870, France got defeated in the hands of Bismarck. So in order to isolate France, in 1879, he made an alliance, secret alliance with Austria. And after that, in Triple Alliance was formed in the year of 1882 between Austria, Italy and Germany. And after that, France, when France was isolated by Bismarck, then France in 1891, it made a friendly alliance with Russia. And after that in 1904 with England, and after that in 1907 with England, France, Russia, Triple Entente was formed. So when this was not revealed to the world that we are having alliance with these countries or agreements with these countries. Secretly they have maintained these treaties or alliances or agreements regarding military help. Whenever if any country fell into the war with the other country, automatically the country which is having the alliance with that particular country, they have to come into the war in order to help them. For example, if France is in war with either Germany or Italy or any other country, immediately in order to help France, this England as well as Russia has to come to the war. So this type of alliances were maintained by those people, because of which the First World War was occurred. So how these secret alliances paved a way for the occurrence of First World War. Let us know in immediate cause of World War One. Okay, and the last common cause is here military. Military is clear. So the fourth common cause was militarism. So how this militarism has paved a way for world wars. So here children, what happened means these all the six super countries. What are the six superpowers? On one side we are having Germany, and next one is Italy, and next one is Austria, that means Austria-Hungary, and after that England, and next one is Russia, and after that France. So these are the six major powers during that time, and these six major powers, they started investing their amount, huge amounts for the sake of military. Do you know how much they have increased? From 132 million pounds to here they have raised up to 397 million pounds. So they have increased from 132 million pounds to 397 million pounds. They have increased by 1914. By 1880 to 1914 they have raised their military amounts like this. So for which purposes? First one is standing army. For the sake of standing army, they have spent this one. And second one is for the sake of weapons. In order to purchase more and more weapons, they have used this they spent these amounts. And the third one is here they have established the weapon industries. That means here in order to, they have done the arms race here. Arms race means in order to increase the weapons, number of weapons, they started spending this much amounts for the sake of militarism. So which was negative impulse, because when they are having the weapons or arms in their hands, without, whenever any problem arises, without solving the problem in a peaceful manner, it may lead to the warfare also. The same thing happened before the World War One. So all these countries, as they started spending huge amounts for their military purposes, or in order to stand for the development of standing army and for the development of weapons, and for in order to increase the weapon industries, so they have spent 137 million pounds to 397 million pounds between 1880 to 1914. So here these were the four common causes for which paved way for the occurrence of World War One. So remaining causes will go through in the next video. Thank you for watching.